And the other big story we are following is the Democratic-led impeachment inquiry against President Trump, which the House of Representatives announced earlier this morning. This move surrounds President Trump's phone conversation, of course, on July 25th with the president of Ukraine. That transcript of the call just released today. RT's Rachel Blevins has been following the story. She's here to break it all down for us. So, Rachel, what can you tell us about this transcript?
Well, President Trump just spoke out about that transcript, and he specifically said that he is accusing Democrats of launching a political war in order to get the president of Ukraine on their side. Take a listen to what he had to say.
And if you take a look at the Democrats, they went down to see the president of Ukraine, and they asked him for all sorts of things, and don't go with the Republicans and stay with us, and like it's a political war. They shouldn't have done that. That should be an impeachable event, I guess, based on what you're saying. The Democrats just came out. They went.
So, as promised, the White House did release the transcript of this call between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky, and it does mention former Vice President Joe Biden and his son. If we take a look at the text, it specifically says that Trump said there's a lot of talk about Biden's son, that Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about that, so whatever you can do with the Attorney General would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution, so if you can look into it. Now, this is not the first time that Trump has accused the Bidens of being complicit in corruption in Ukraine with their business dealings. However, if we look at the original complaint that sparked all of these media reports, it specifically said that Trump put $400 million worth of military aid to Ukraine on hold to use as leverage before this phone call so that he could push for launching an investigation. So we do see that the Bidens and their alleged corruption are mentioned in the phone call, but we have yet to see any evidence that Trump specifically said that the only way they would get that military aid is if they launched an investigation.
So I think President Zelensky, being brand new at this job, he's getting thrown into the middle of all this. How is Ukraine responding to these claims?
Well, Zelensky was asked about it, and he did not give any details before this transcript was released. He was also approached by reporters ahead of his speech at the United Nations General Assembly, and he responded to them by saying, quote, "Nobody can put pressure on me because I am the president of an independent state. The only one person, by the way, who can put pressure on me is my son, who is 6 years old." So it doesn't look like he's giving the media much to work with on this one.
Yeah, at least he brought a little bit of levity, some of his professional expertise in comedy there. So, Rachel, the House, as we know, is starting this impeachment inquiry over, there's a complaint from a whistleblower. How likely is it that Trump will actually get impeached?
Well, it's no secret that Democrats have been pushing for ways to possibly impeach Trump for months now. But the announcement that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi made was incredibly notable because she specifically said that the final straw in all of this was the claim that President Trump had tried to silence a whistleblower who was attempting to release information about him that he did not want to be made public. Now, that's important here because it's Democrats like Pelosi who stayed silent whenever President Obama was in office, and he was the one who was targeting whistleblowers about similar information. And in fact, if we look back at the records, President Obama prosecuted more whistleblowers than all previous presidents combined.
Right.
And that's a really big deal, especially when you look at today. And if we're looking specifically at the idea of impeachment, it's also important to remember that if Trump is impeached, it does not mean that he's removed from office altogether. It simply starts a very long, lengthy legal process that will likely go far beyond the 2020 election.
Yeah, President Clinton was impeached and he served out the last of his term. And this impeachment talk has been going on since November of 2016. So here we are. It's becoming official. RT's Rachel Blevins, thank you for filing that report.
Thank you.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.